Hey guys, what's up? So today I'll be bringing you my top 30 favorite Slipknot songs of 2022. Now, this is right after their new album came out, so that's when I decided to do this video. I was going to do it earlier, but I wanted to wait for the new album to come out, because there are actually some cuts from the new Slipknot album that actually made this list that I've been listening to on repeat since the album came out. And there is one song from the self-titled album, the reissued version, that also made this list. Now, considering where it's ranked, that doesn't mean it's one of my least favorite Slipknot songs. It's still one of my favorite Slipknot songs, and that song is Purity. I've been listening to that song on repeat all day, so despite where it is on this list, I think Purity might be my favorite Slipknot song of all time. And if you're wondering where it's ranked on this list, it is ranked at number 28, but in my heart, it's number 1. So, if you are a Slipknot fan, feel free to leave your top 30 down in the comments below. I know that's probably going to be very difficult. It's hard enough to come up with a top 15 for Slipknot because they are one of the biggest heavy metal bands in the world. They are one of the most popular heavy metal bands in the world, and especially if you're a fan of Slipknot, they're probably one of the hardest bands to choose a favorite from, because honestly, in my opinion, I've been listening to Slipknot since high school. I've heard all their albums, heard all their songs, and you know, I might, be crazy for saying this. I might not be crazy for saying this, but I don't think Slipknot's ever released a bad song. Now, sure, there are some better than others, of course. There are better albums than others, of course, but I don't think Slipknot's ever put out a bad song. Alright, now that I'm done rambling on, let's get started. Number 1 is AOV from Point 5, The Grey Chapter. Number 2 is The Devil and I from Point 5, The Grey Chapter. Number 3 is Kill Pop from Point 5, The Grey Chapter. Number 4 is The Killing Name from All Hope Is Gone. Number 5 is Sulfur from All Hope Is Gone. Number 6 is Psychosocial from All Hope Is Gone. Number 7, I might butcher this, but I think it's pronounced Gehenna. Again, could have butchered that, but from All Hope Is Gone, I think that song is really good. Number 8 is All Out Life from We Are Not Your Kind, and I'm still mad to this day that this song did not make the goddamn album. Like, what the hell, Corey? Come on. It's a great song. I don't know. I mean, they dropped the song on Halloween. It was a great song. I had that song on repeat on Halloween the year it dropped, and I was like, I really hope this is on the album, and it wasn't on the album. Now, does that make We Are Not Your Kind a bad album? No, absolutely not. I think it's a good album. I think We Are Not Your Kind is one of the best albums of 2019, but I like the album a little bit less just because All Out Life didn't make the album. There, I said it. I'm not taking it back. Number 9, The Dying Song, Time to Sing from the End So Far. I love this song ever since it came out as a single. I still listen to it, and it's still one of my favorites on the new Slipknot album. And it probably will continue to be one of my favorites as time goes on. Number 10, Yen, from The End So Far. I don't like it as much as The Dying Song, but it's probably my second or third favorite of the singles. Kind of goes back and forth when it comes to the singles from The End So Far. But I think Yen is a good song, and that's why it made the list. Number 11, Hive Mind, The End So Far. Now, I do realize it's at number 11, but I think it's a better song than Yen, despite what the list says. But again, my list can change at any time. But as for right now, Hive Mind is at number 11. Number 12, from Iowa, I can already see the Iowa defenders and the Iowa lovers of the album Iowa giving me shit for this in the comments. But at number 12, I have People Equal Shit. One of my favorite Slipknot songs ever. One of my favorite songs from Iowa. Is it overrated at this point? Probably, but I still think it's a great song. Number 13, Disaster Piece from Iowa. Another great song from that album, and still one of my favorites from Iowa to this day. Number 14, the Heretic Anthem from Iowa. Another highlight from Iowa that I still love to this day. And it's a banger of a song. There's really nothing else I can say. Number 15 is Sick from the self-titled. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for having Sick this low on the list, but hey, at least it's in the top 20, right? Pretty much a Slipknot classic at this point. Number 16, Eyeless from self-titled. Again, probably going to get heat for where this song is ranked. Another Slipknot classic from the self-titled album that still slaps all these years later. Number 17, Wait and Bleed from the self-titled album. Now, this song should be higher just because this was one of my first Slipknot songs, and this was one of 3 songs that got me hooked on Slipknot in the first place. So yeah, Wait and Bleed should definitely be higher on my list, but it's still in the top 20, still an amazing song. And if you haven't seen the sock puppet cover of Wait and Bleed on YouTube, go watch it, it's hilarious. And yeah. Number 18 is Surfacing from the self-titled album. Really great song. And yeah, there's really not much else I can say. It's a great song. Number 19, Spit It Out from self-titled. Again, I'm probably going to get heat for it being this low, but hey, it's still in the top 20, right? And, you know, it's another Slipknot classic, and, you know, I still return to it whenever I listen to the self-titled. Now, these days, I tend to listen to the second half of the self-titled over the first half, just because I think there's some pretty underrated songs on the second half of the self-titled. But yeah. Moving on to number 20, The Blister Exists from Volume 3. Number 21, 3 Nile from Volume 3. Number 22, Duality from Volume 3. I think this song is still good to this day, but I think it's extremely overrated. Number 23, Before I Forget, Volume 3, another overrated song, but still good. And this was actually the song that got me into Slipknot. I remember watching the music video, and the rest is history. Number 24 is Unsainted from We Are Not Your Kind. This was one of my favorites ever since the song came out, honestly. And ever since the album came out as a whole, and I still go back to this song all this time later. So, still a great song. Number 25, Birth of the Cruel from We Are Not Your Kind, another cut from this album. And, you know, going back to We Are Not Your Kind, I still haven't decided whether The End So Far or We Are Not Your Kind is a better album. But then again, judging by this current list, you would probably think that I think We Are Not Your Kind is better than The End So Far. Number 26, Neo Forte from We Are Not Your Kind. Number 27, Critical Darling from We Are Not Your Kind. Number 28, I mentioned this song earlier, Purity from the self-titled album. Number 29, we have Opium of the People from Volume 3. And last, at number 30, we have New Abortion from Iowa. So that's my list, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Rock on.